2013. So you guys, are you ready for some more League of Legends? They are certainly ready, but of course we've just seen the Copenhagen Wolves triumph in the Challenger Tournament. I'm joined by Unlimited, their support. So tell me, going into this game, it seemed to me that you guys were maybe a tad more afraid of TCM yesterday than of KMT today. Is that a right thought, or?
Well, yeah, that's true. We prepared for TCM for like 2 weeks. We even played certain champions to be ready for them. But for KTM, we had 1 day to prepare, and that was enough.
It seemed that it was enough. Now, at the first game, standard lineups all around, and you guys had a really early advantage, but yet they had a late game comp. But was that the plan, to keep them from going to late game and finish it early? How did you execute that?
Well, I think our comp was good at every stage of the game, so it was fine to wait for late or just finish the game whenever we can. That's what we tried to do.
And you did. So between game 1 and 2, you were so close. Was there a need to calm you guys down, or were you just like, we're just gonna do it, we're gonna go into the next one, we're gonna kick ass?
Well, some of the team are more confident. I personally usually try to be calm and be ready for the next game. So I'm the one who tries to calm down the rest of the team, telling them we'll have 1 more game to win.
Absolutely. You say that you're calm, and now we see the crowd shots. You see the crowd here. Is that a bit intimidating?
The crowd is great. It's really huge. I don't know what to say.
Okay, so then the second game, just 1 more game for you guys to go to win the tournament. And you guys went with exactly the same picks, except you changed in Jarvan for Lee Sin. You were up against a Yorick jungle, something special. Did that put more pressure on you guys in the bottom lane? Were you afraid of Yorick ganks, or not at all?
Okay, first of all, Lee Sin is our favorite pick for Shook. He's legendary with his Lee Sin, and everyone is banning him. So when they left the top, and we knew that we would win the game. And the Yorick jungle was not scary in ganks, so it wasn't anything special. We just farmed the lanes and tried to kill them. We didn't have any pressure from the enemy jungler.
Right, so 2-0, very nice. Now, of course, I gotta ask, you've been supporting him for a while now, Reckless, and you know that he will be leaving the team. So what is the plan for that? Have you guys got already your eye on a new AD carry?
Well, we don't like to talk about the topic, so we haven't discussed it really. We just leave it for when the time comes. We haven't anyone in our mind, so anyone could be the new Wolves AD.
You heard that. Anyone can be the new Wolves AD. So finally, you'll be going into the relegation tournament. Teams that you might face are SK or MYM. What do you think of that competition so far?
Well, they're strong teams and they're dangerous. If they train before the tournament, they will be really hard to beat. But I think right now we're at a level that we can beat them, because we are Stream versus all the LCS teams, and we know where we are, and we are stronger than them.
We'll keep that confidence going, and thank you very much, Unlimited. All right, as for us, we're going to go back to Joe and Jason at the desk for a breakdown of the playoff results.
Thanks a lot, Sharks. And with that Copenhagen Wolves victory in the Challenger Finals, we now know 4 of the 6 teams participating for the Season 4 promotional tournament.
Yeah, and from the European LCS, it'll be SK Gaming, Meteor Makers. While the Copenhagen Wolves will join TCM on the Challenger side.
And speaking of the LCS, we know you're all here for a bit of that action. Last week, the Evil Geniuses and Gambit played one of the more brilliant matches that we've seen of the summer split. That game started after midnight, and that fun continued into the very early morning as well.
Our match against Gambit wasn't the typical EG match. The last game we had was absolutely fantastic. The whole team just completely let go.
The match started way past midnight and everyone was pretty tired and exhausted already.
There was still something on the line, but we just kind of forgot about everything.
We want to do a little fun, we want to test some things, but we still want to play serious and win the games.
It went into it like, well, let's just try something. It might work, it might not work.
And then we came down to, wait, Krippos and Ivia, let's do it. I can do Blitzcrank.
You had the rest of my team saying, hey Krippo, you want to play mid lane? And I was like, no.
I think that everyone was tired at that time and they were just having fun.
Everyone was screaming like, we were saying the stupidest things.
In the game, he was like, my farm, I want my farm. If I use my ultimate, I want the farm.
There may have actually been a good aspect about being somewhat less serious in your picks. A serious opponent like Gambit Gaming might actually underestimate you once you go into the game with non-traditional lineups. They were good sports about it at the end, but I can definitely tell they did not enjoy that.
No, actually I was also kind of enjoying it because we both were guaranteed to go to Gamescom.
In the end, it's a team game, and It's the way you interact. It doesn't even matter who plays what role, as long as your communication is on point and you have one goal that you achieve together.
And the best thing about all of that is that Crepo has more wins under his belt with Anivia than Froggen for the entire season. Now, maybe they'll bring that into the playoffs, who knows? And while we're going to have to wait until Friday to see those European LCS Pro take to the Rift, coming up in just a couple of minutes, the final 4 international wildcard teams battle for that spot in the LCS World Championships later on in the season. Our first best-of-3 series in the semi-final bracket features the CIS champions Gaming here taking on Oceania's top squad, Team Immunity.
And of course, after that is Brazil's #1 team, Pain Gaming, taking on Turkey's top squad, Dark Passage.
The winners, of course, will move into Friday's best-of-3 finale with a trip to the World Championship in Los Angeles, California on the line. So guys, stick around, because our League of Legends tournament coverage here has just begun. Day 2, live from Gamescom 2013. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.